Friends, in the last video, we saw six important organelles of the cell and their various functions, what they were taking in and giving out. And now we will start seeing their names and shapes. So the first one, which we called as a factory, is chloroplast, which is green in color and has these stacks of discs, green discs, which look like coins. And this is the one which takes water and carbon dioxide plus sunlight to give glucose and oxygen. And this indeed is the basis of food for all of the living beings on earth, because this is the only formation which has the capacity to absorb sun's light and water and carbon dioxide to generate glucose, the basis of all food. Also, it supplies all the oxygen in the atmosphere. The green substance inside is called chlorophyll. We have heard about that. So here is the microscopic picture of chloroplast seen under a microscope, and here on the right side we see an artistic picture. So this is the most important organelle in a plant cell, and we can see that here plant cells are shown under a microscope and chloroplasts are seen as that these small circles. They also actually move towards the sun. They move inside the cell, and wherever there is more sunlight, they will move in that direction. They look so beautiful and they do such an important service to all life on earth. Next, or factory 2, is mitochondria, which is called the powerhouse of the cell, because it can take stored glucose and also take in some oxygen to convert all that into energy and back to water and carbon dioxide. So it powers the cell, supplies energy which is stored in ATP. Here we see its picture. This is mitochondria under a microscope, and here an artist's drawing. Here we can see there is a very folded membrane on which the respiration reaction happens. Here it's looking like a half cut box, though it is a full box. Here it is shown in section so that the inside structure can be seen. Again, mitochondria is very, very important for the cell. Without it, the cell will not get energy for its functions. The third one, the factory 3, which generates fats from glucose, is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Reticulum means something like a network. So here, this is what it looks like. This is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, or SER, under the microscope. Here it is seen in an artist's picture, and this is what generates fats. So we can connect its smoothness with fats, because fats are generally smooth. Here the other one, which is factory 4, is rough endoplasmic reticulum, because, or RER, because it has these dots attached to its folds, and these dots are where proteins are generated and instructions are given from the nucleus. It takes in glucose with some source of nitrogen like nitrates and gives off proteins. This is RER under a microscope. We can see the dots, the dots are called ribosomes, and here the artist's drawing shows us these dots, and it has been shown as a section or cut across where it looks like a cabbage. The fifth one is Golgi bodies, which takes glucose, proteins and fats, generates new molecules. This is Golgi bodies shown as half cut. It looks like a stack of chapatis or bhaturas, and here Golgi bodies under the microscope. Here Golgi bodies as shown by an artist. So this creates new molecules and sends them off in these round vehicles, which are called vesicles. Here is factory 6, which is lysosome. round, these under the microscope, these round black dots are lysosomes, which are doing waste processing and waste recycling. Here is the artist's picture of the lysosome. So after seeing all this, we are seeing them together in an animal cell. So here is the nucleus, which its insides are also shown. Here there is RER, which is rough, and here there is SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Here is Golgi bodies. This is mitochondria and this is lysosome. Here we cannot see chloroplasts because this is an animal cell. Here some detail of the nucleus is shown. So here is nucleus, which has another circle called nucleolus inside, and this is the thread-like structure is DNA, about which you will study later. Here we can see cells in which the nucleus has been colored, and here one cell and its nucleus are dividing in two. So we can see it getting into division. Here we are comparing the plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell has a fixed shape because of its cell wall, shown in green outside. Animal cell does not have a cell wall. The vacuole in the plant cell is very large, filled with water, which keeps the cell tight. Vacuole in animal cell is much smaller, and here we can see chloroplasts shown as green structures, not present in the animal cell. Here we see another category, the eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. This is a more advanced cell which came later with many specialized organelles. It came later on Earth, but the earlier cells were very simple and they had only the outside wall. There was no nucleus, but the DNA was just kept inside the cytoplasm, and modern bacteria are also like this. So prokaryote means before nucleus. This was before nucleus, and eukaryote is after nucleus, which is what most multicellular organisms have, this kind of cells. So with that, our basic story of the cell gets complete.